previous continuation with the conversation between Maitreya and Vidura. He had discussed about how there are different creations of plants, animals, human beings, and all that. Today, we shall discuss in further continuation of this creation is something which is more interesting. And today we are going to talk about how time came into existence. So I have prepared slides today. Let us see, because it is little of mathematical calculations. So let us see if I can share. Is it visible?
No, not visible.
Slides?
No, ma'am.
No?
Not
No.
visible.
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
Slides ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
But
ನೋಡ್ರಿ,
ನಮಗ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಇದು ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನೋಡ್ರಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಭಗವತ್ ಪುರಾಣ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 11 ಸ್ಕಂದ 3 ಡಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್.
Oh, yeah. So maybe internet weak adayantೂ ಬೇರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನಿದ್ದೀರಾ? What about others? Anybody not able to see?
ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Able to see.
Indra Bharta? Mostly delayed is one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, little bit of, Kala, defining time. Very interesting. And to a great extent, the modern science, modern definitions of time, periods and everything is based on this only. And I was really surprised when they defined. Let's go one by one. Little bit, it may be little, what I should say, more of a class. I like, what we had in our school days or college days, but very interesting. So they have defined time in terms of with sun as a reference. That is the time taken for the solar radiation, how much it traverses. So I'll go through one by one. First thing is they have defined what is paramanu. Paramanu in the creation is the smallest particle, building block of material universe, it is called. So probably it is atom, paramanu. Okay. And sun is the indicator of time. Kala means sun. So he plays a major role, isn't it? Even for us, day and night. So the time is defined as day and night. So paramanu kala is a time taken by sun to pass a paramanu. That means paramanu kala is a very small unit of time. What is the time? How much it takes to pass over an atom? For example, if I take this mobile, this is composed of several crores of atoms. The time taken to traverse one atom is called paramanu kala, small unit of time and small unit of material universe. Wherever you feel it is going above, you just let me know. Mahakala is time taken by sun to pass, sorry for that spelling mistake, through all the paramanus. Mahakala, time taken by the sun to pass through all paramanus on the earth. Probably that is not mentioned. So that is 1 year. So 1 year is Mahakala. And what is this time? He says time to cross 12 rashis. 12 rashis. So those rashis and details, you see what it is. But it is a time taken to get over those. And that's also called Samvatsara. And time taken to cross one rashi is called one solar month. And therefore, year is the unit of time. So if you understand, the time is defined by, in the Puranas, by our spiritual scientists, astronomists, astrophysicists, you can say. It is a time taken to traverse all the atoms on this earth. That is why we take that entire revolution, isn't it? Around the sun rotates on its own axis and it revolves around the sun, no? Because as it rotates, everything should be exposed to the radiations of the sun. Therefore, probably, this is my interpretation, it takes 1 year to define, it's a unit of time, which is multiples of paramanu kala. Paramanu kala is time taken for us, the sun to pass across one atom. So all the atoms, it takes 12 months. And what are those 12 months? They have derived further. Two paramanus make one anu. Two paramanu, that means probably it is our molecule. Two atoms making one molecule. No? So two paramanus make one anu. Three anus make one. Just for our understanding, we need not remember this, but just we will be excited to understand how beautifully they have derived this. Okay, three trasarenus make one truti. 100 trutis make one vedha. Three Vedas make one lava. Three Paramanus means Paramanu Kala it is. So Paramanus make one Anu, three Anus, one Trasarenu. And just a minute. Okay, slides are visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay. So, and three Trasarenus make one Truti, 100 Trutis make one Vedas. No need to remember. Three Vedas make one Lava, three Lavas make one Nimisha. So this is a time taken, all right. So one Nimisha is moment. Nimisha is not minute, what we are in, how we define. Colloquially, we say 5 Nimisha, 10 Nimisha. Here it is slightly different. One Nimisha is a moment. From here, what happens is 3 moments make one Kshana. And 5 kshanas make one kashtha, 15 kashthas make one laghu, 15 laghus equal to 1 nadika, which is equal to approximately modern 24 minutes. So here we come. So 1 nadika, 2 nadikas is 1 muhurta. You might have come across no muhurta hogtude anta. It is generally applicable. There is a range. According to this, if you take, it will be around 48 minutes. Maybe less than an hour. One muhurta is stretchable to approximately 48 minutes. So 2 nadikas make 1 muhurta. And from there they say 7 nadikas make 1 prahara or 1 yama. 7 nadikas means 24 into 7. 24 minutes into 7. Roughly it will be how much? If you take maybe 3 hours, 3 to 3.5 hours, it should be. That makes 1 prahara. In a day, if you divide those 10 to 12 hours, it will be divided into 6 to 7 praharas. Okay, in music actually, this prahara comes. We should sing particular raga in particular prahara. So 8 praharas or 8 yamas make 1 night and 1 day for a man, human being. 8 praharas. 8 praharas means 8 into 7 nadikas, 8 into 24 minutes. So the 8 yamas, sorry. 7 nadikas, yama or prahara. 7 nadikas make 1 prahara, and 8 such praharas make 1 night and 1 day for a man. And what is fortnight, or also called paksha? 15 days and nights. So 2 fortnights in a month. And they are divided into Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha. Shukla Paksha is a white, that is towards the full moon. And Krishna Paksha is as the moon declines in his size, he comes Amavasya. As we approach Amavasya, that half in that month is called Krishna Paksha. Shukla Paksha is towards the Purnima. So that is about day and night. And now comes Pitrus. Now see, this is all for human being. We have 15 days, 15 nights, and they have defined all those terminologies. Okay, let's not get into those. Much more important is this one. For Pitrus, Pitrus are what? Those who are our ancestors, forefathers who have left this body and they have gone. For them, 1 day is equal to 2 fortnights. 1 month for us is 1 day for Pitrus. Okay, then seasons. 2 months make 1 season in this system, our ancient system. There are 6 ritus in a year, and they are defined as Chaitra, Vaishakha, Marga, all those in our, I cannot recollect and tell you. So those are the 6 ritus in 1 year. Each ritu or each season is composed of 2 months. And there are 2 solstices. Solstices means of 6 months. One is Uttarayana. For example, from the month of January to maybe May, I think just now around this time, it's called Uttarayana. And Dakshinayana is the second half of the year. That again, just like a month, one is bright, one is dark. And now we know, we have understood by the rotation of the earth, that rotation and revolution, we know how the seasons and the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana will change. And one day for gods, devatas, is 1 year of humans. When we finish 1 year, it is 1 day for gods. When we finish 1 month, it is 1 day for Pitrus. And lifespan of a man, they have calculated, is 100 years. That will be equal to 100 days for devatas. 100 days for the devatas. So all this is because Lord Narayana manifests as Surya, whose power is time. Okay, Kala, Surya in the Kala. The minute Surya sun rises, we call it as a day. When sun sets, it is night. So everything is measured with respect to sun. And as we said, Narayana or consciousness manifests as Surya, whose power is time. And all these calculations are based on human years. So as we said, man is considered to live on an average, supposed to live, actually, ideally, if a good health, mental, physical health is taken care, we are supposed to live for 100 years, and our 100 years are 100 days. 1 day for devatas like Indra, Varuna and all those, for them it is 1 year becomes 1 day for them. And for if it is 1 month, it is 1 day for Pitrus. Now little more ahead. What are these Chatur Yugas? There are 4 yugas and they make 1 cycle. 1 cycle consists of Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. Each of them, I have not split actually the duration. Totally it amounts to, this is what, 43 lakhs 80,000 years. 43 lakhs 80,000 years, they mark 1 cycle. 1 cycle. Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. Okay. So it comes to 43 lakhs, you can say. Okay. Like that, if we multiply, I mean, after that, again it repeats. So like that, 1,000 cycles make 1 day of Brahma. Brahma, Bedage Ed Takshana, he will create the world and all the yugas will start. And for him, it is just 1 day, but for us, it is so many years. And same thing, same duration for 1 night, but nothing happens in the night. It is just in slumber. So during the day, during his day, he creates these yugas. It's not, and 1 day will be 1,000 such cycles. 438,0000 multiplied by 1,000 years. That will complete 1 day of Brahma. That means on the Srishti Matte Pralaya. That is not the final Pralaya, but that is the end. So end of all these years, no, they keep on repeating cycle. Krita, Treta, Dwapara, Kali Yuga. Krita, Treta, Dwapara, Kali Yuga. Like that, 1,000 cycles. After that, then everything goes back into Brahma. And then again, they are brought out on the next day of Brahma. Then that's not end. Creation starts in the morning. And then these cycles, no, Chatur Yugas of 1,000 cycles, no, this one is divided into 71 Manvantara, 71 cycles. 1 Manvantara is 71 cycles. We have 1,000 cycles, no? Divide them by 71. So that makes 1 Manvantara. So there are 14 Manvantaras in 1 day of Brahma. In those 1,000 cycles, we have 14 Manvantaras. Each Manvantara is 71 cycles of Chatur Yuga. 71 cycles of Chatur Yuga, 1 Manvantara led by 1 Manu. That ends. Next 71 cycle starts. That ends. Another 71 cycle starts. Like that, Manvantaras. Okay. So we have Yugas and 1 cycle of Chatur Yugas and so many cycles of Chatur Yugas. And once we finish 14 Manvantaras, then the day of Brahma is over. That is 1,000 cycles. So each Manvantara will have a Manu with Manuputras, Saptarishis, Devas, Indras, his own team, it seems. Each Manu will have his own set. And so he creates, Brahma keeps creating. He creates Manus, he creates that, and then cycle goes on, then another Manu comes like that. He rules, okay? And at Brahmic night, all the activities stop, and everything dissolves. It dissolves everything in himself. Here I am referring to Brahma. Brahma thus lives for 100 years of Brahmic 100 years. And as we said, if you compare to human, each each day consists of 1,000 cycles. Each day. So multiply by 365 of Brahma. So many cycles keep on happening. And then two halves of Brahma's life are called Pararthas. And that is divided into Brahma Kalpa, Padma Kalpa. So we are now in the Padma Kalpa of this era. That's what they say. In the Padma Kalpa, second half of Brahma's 100 years, we are there. And in 100 years, every day it's being created. So we are in one of those Brahma's days, and one of those cycles, in one of those Manvantara. All right. So any doubts in this? Is that clear? I will share this. You can go through again. It will come on the YouTube. Anybody? Any doubts you have? Whatever is mentioned in the translation by Swami Tapasyananda, I have put it on the slides. Because it is quite a numerical, I thought it should go on the slides. I hope it is clear. So, Archala?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Anything so far? Okay.
No,
So,
Principal.
yeah. All right. So then what happens is, this is Brahma's night. But after 100 years of Brahma's years, then Brahma himself goes into cosmic night. That means he goes back to the creator, and Vishnu goes into slumber, which is called Yoga Nidra. Everything dissolves into him. Everything again goes back to this is a bigger final pralaya. So Vishnu now absorbs everything, and they have described, I will not go into those details, how the oceans and the earth, everything, different universes, all of them, they get destroyed, and then they go back into in nothingness. There's nothing as it was before, because next cycle has to start again with the creation of Brahma by Vishnu. So this is some aspect. There are much more deeper aspects which we need not worry. Just to understand that this understanding, no, it makes us realize how insignificant we are in the big creation. It is such a huge creation. It is almost like if you think of an ant, not even an ant, I think, the small microbes. So we are as good as that in this whole world of creation, and how much we are, struggling and thinking, and we feel we are so great. I mean, everything depends on us. We beam with ego, our ignorance, our ego, everything. But actually, this is what it is. We are very, very small particles, very, very small particles in this huge world of Parabrahma. Then Brahma, we told all this, this is about the time now, and Brahma follows this time, and we have seen the creation of animals, birds, amphibians in the water in the previous session. Now, in continuation with that, what does he create? He has also created avidya, because everything is as per the instructions or whatever he contemplates. Vishnu or Parabrahma is creating through Brahma. So in this process, he has created tamas, moha, mahamoha, tamishra, andhatamishra. These are the words used in Bhagavad. These are nothing but our kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha. Similar to that, all these come because of avidya. If we remember in Bhagavad Gita class also, we said avidya maya. So this is avidya. This was part of the creation, because we have seen when we create from the tamasic part of the Mahat Tattva or Hankara, out of three gunas, we get from the there is tamas also. From tamas come all this. Basically, tamas is darkness or ignorance or inertia, not being aware of the evolution or God's presence. Let us talk of bhakti here in Bhagavad Purana. So he creates tamas. He only creates. That means it is there. Where? In the human mind as well as outside. that is called as Pindanda Brahmanda. Microcosm, macrocosm. Microcosm is within the body. The same thing is replicated outside. So tamas is darkness, ignorance, inertia. Then he creates moha. Moha we know, no? Moha is we get deluded. Andre, everything gets masked. Our vision is not clear. We try to see from our own level. We don't try to see the reality. What is the highest reality? Highest reality is we are all manifestations of the divine. But we presume that that is not there. We forget. Most of the time we get involved in the samsara and we think this is real. And this is real means I have created this, me and mine. So that also comes in moha. Everything is associated. I am going to live with my family forever. So that these kind of second. Yeah. So, so the moha, mahamoha is greater delusion associated with lust. That is passion or bodily attractions, infatuation. That is mahamoha. Getting immersed in that. Tamishra is darkness. Again, darkness means ignorance. Particularly, it refers to hatred. Andha Tamishra is considering that this life is, that's all. I'm living one life. We come here only for one life. Mithya Jnana it is. Mithya Jnana means false knowledge. That means we think we know everything. Actually, we don't know anything. But most of us are in this Andhata Mishra. So little bit of spiritual inclination will bring us to some kind of knowledge. But these are all the avidya, tamas, moha, mahamoha, tamishra, andhatamishra. So Brahma, he is following the instructions of the Parabrahma. It is the will of Parabrahma to create in this manner. But as he creates, Brahma is like also like us only. Somewhere he starts feeling dissatisfied. What is this I have created? Avidya. Something good let me create. And then he creates, we have discussed this, Kumaras. Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara. We have seen this, no? Again, we are repeating this. So the first grade is 4 people. They are Kumaras and they are Brahmacharis. And he says, I have created you to, develop this creation. That means create more people, create progeny. How they have to do, maybe sometimes it comes as manasik with their mind only, no, that they can create a living being. That's how Brahma has done. So he, in a similar way, he wants these people to increase the progeny bring people into the world, humans into the world. That is God's wish and will. But what happens is these Kumaras, they says, and submit everything to Vasudeva. Always remember God, do tapas, but create. But these people are so evolved, they are least interested in bringing out the progeny or whatever. They do not want, they are so absorbed in the tapas or austerity. They are always thinking of Parabrahman. They are not at all interested. So Brahma gets little disappointed. And then what happens is, because of the disappointment, it is given in Bhagavata that he becomes very angry, and therefore from his anger, he creates something which is from his, the manas, the Ichha Shakti between the brows. It comes out and it creates Rudra, who is blue and red combination, Rudra. And what happens is this Rudra is created out of that anger. That is why that extraordinary power, it seems. And anger is associated and mind is associated. But it seems what is described here is as soon as he is born, he starts crying. And that is why this entity is called Rudra. Rudra Rodhana is crying. He starts crying, give me some place, give me some activities, what shall I do? And he will start crying, it seems. So Brahma consoles him. And then he says, see, you are a best person ever who has come out with so much of energy. And therefore, you will be called by so many names, Manu, Mahinasha, Mahan, Shiva, Ritadhwaja, Ugraretas, Bhava, Kala, Vamadeva, Dhritavrata. So I will call you by. So Shiva is Rudra, created by Brahma, according to this. So now he tells all that, and then he says, I will give you wives also. So look at the wives: Dhi, Vritti, Ushana, Uma, Niyut, Sarpi, Ila, Ambika, Iravati, Sudha, Diksha. These are all your wives, and these are all your names. Co-create progeny with these wives. So Shiva marries all these people. And where shall I stay? He says, go and stay in the heart of people, senses of people, prana of people, 5 elements everywhere, sun, moon, tapas. You percolate through all these. That is why there is Shiva Shakti in everything. Because even in Vibhuti Yoga, Krishna says, I am the Rudra. He says, he's percolated as Shiva, Shiva Shakti in all these. So therefore, whenever we want to meditate, if you remember Shiva, he will give you the utmost concentration. Even Purandaradasara song ಹಾಡಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಹಾಡಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಮನಸ್ಸು ಮೈಂಡ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you should remember Shiva. Everything just vanishes, all the distractions. That song is there. I think you heard that. Bhimsen Joshi's song is there. Kailasavasa Gaurishadhisha ತೈಲಧಾರೆಯಂತೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಕೊಡೋ ಹರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶಂಭೋ ಕೈಲಾಸವಾಸ ಗೌರೀಶಧೀಶ. So is there in those senses, prana, 5 elements, all those. I mean, everywhere there is consciousness, but it is attributed to Rudra, And Shiva's role is tremendous, huge. When you sit and meditate on Shiva, it is really, really very powerful. Om Namah Shiva is extremely powerful, extremely powerful. And Shivaratri, therefore, we celebrate with a great, grand, what I should say, we are alert throughout the night. We allow those rays to come, and he is considered as very, very powerful. So much of energy is there in Shiva that it seems he will start creating so many people. So Brahma says, enough now. Now you can stop. Now what you do is go and do tapas. So therefore, Bhagavad Puranics say that he's always seen sitting in one place with meditation. And I am not wrong if I say, whenever you want to control your mind, just get that picture of Shiva who sits with that Trishul and forever meditating. If you see his image, you will definitely get a very high frequency vibrations to sit and meditate. So that is the description of Rudra. So this is how Brahma creates Rudra. And he creates, he provides him with so many wives or progeny, etc. But as I said, energy is tremendous. So he has to control him and ask him to go and do tapas. Then he creates so many as Manas Putras, Rishis, Marichi, Atri, Angiras, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, Bhrigu, Vashishta, Daksha, Narada. Along with them, all the emotions are created. These Rishis are also there. Then emotions in the world, in the universe, in the mind of Devatas, people, everybody. So anger, love, hate, everything, desire, greed, everything comes along with these Rishis. And these are all born from different part of his body, they say. I'm not going into those details. And then he creates 4 Vedas, Chaturvedas. Of course, they were mixed, and then Veda Vyasa has segregated them, but they have come as Brahma Shabda only. Brahma, actually, he brings out those Vedas, Itihasas, Puranas, Yajnas. You may ask that nothing has happened, how? But he is Brahma is the spokesperson or voice of Parabrahma. Whatever is going to happen, that will be created. Everything happens as per the, whatever is written, whatever is destined, whatever Parabrahma has thought, Through Brahma he's creating. So therefore everything comes through him. Then he creates ashramas, and there is description actually, if you people can get time. Every ashrama, no, ashrama is different stages in a man's life. Initially it will be brahmacharya ashrama when he is a student, then grahastha ashrama, vanaprastha ashrama, sannyasa ashrama. Brahmacharya is before marriage, when he's a student, as I said, and grahastha ashrama is once he becomes a householder, and vanaprastha is once he finishes all the responsibilities and the children are, they take over the responsibility. Then it is a duty of man and woman to, go to forest, or it doesn't mean necessarily you should go to forest, but you should be more detached and concentrate on spiritual practices. Because during Grahastha Dharma, you had a lot of responsibilities. You had basically responsibility of getting, income for the family, or the woman would have had cooking, taking care of children, everything. Now you should not continue to take those responsibilities. Rather, you should detach, and this everyone must understand that we must withdraw after a certain age and try to focus, because we have less time. Once you reach 60 plus, no, you have less time. So you must concentrate and try to make more time for ourselves. It's a little difficult, but then you should do that, right? And sannyasa ashrama, after you finish all those sadhanas during vanaprastha ashrama, maybe 60 to 75, 80, then total detachment, sannyasa, totally. So that this is how it goes. And then he creates what are those aspects of dharma. So everything, all the guidelines, they come into existence through the vibrations, and the rishis and all take them and they have documented. So 4 aspects of dharma are: learning, means we have to get knowledge; dana, that is charity; tapas, that is austerity; and satya, purity. We must remember these 4. These are the basic things we are expected to do in every life. And as I said, whatever efforts we put, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, whatever efforts you put will never go waste. It gets added as you come to the next life. So every life, every moment, we should start learning. What is that we are learning? Our academics also. But much more important than that is learn the skills, life skills. Life skills means truth. What is actually the truth in this world? How do we understand that? We keep by doing good deeds, by remembering God and others, like, do charity. All that will give us more knowledge. Do charity. Austerity is tapas. Tapas need not be, as I said, going tapas for sannyasa, vanaprastha. It is going and continuously doing japa or meditation for hours together. For us, doing the work as per the rules and regulations, and being true to yourself as much as possible, abiding by the law of the land, being very unbiased. So sticking on to those principles, following your life in the most principled way, even speaking truth can be considered as tapas. I repeat this: if you speak truth for maybe 12 years continuously, after that, whatever you speak will happen, because that truth itself will give you so much of power. Truth has power. So that is also tapas. Or I'm not ekapatni vrata. I'm not going to look at any other woman as my wife or as a lover. Only my wife, like Sri Ramachandra. That is also tapas. I will not even think whether for the girl or for the boy. It applies to both. Mind control. All these are austerity. Honesty. I will not take even one single penny of a bribe. I will not be corrupt. That itself is austerity. Going on time every day without, even 1 minute, being 1 minute late for the institute when you are going to a workplace. That also is austerity. So there are various opportunities for us to practice all these. And satya is purity. Purity is, that's what? Clean consciousness. All these are extremely important. The charity, austerity, yajna, dana, tapas, Krishna says in, I think, one of those after 12th chapter. Yajna, dana, tapas. We should do that. So yajna, dana, tapas. Yajna is austerity. Dana is charity. Tapas is again austerity. And purity is, try to be true to yourself. purity can be explained little more today because, because the context is there now. Purity is what we think, what we speak, what we act should be aligned. ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ತರದ should work and we should act what we think and what we speak. If we think something, we talk something, and action is something else, the mismatch is against this pure. It's totally impure, number one. This one definitely leads to suffering. Definitely it leads to suffering. And the divinity will not flow. It will not manifest. Because impure minds, impure thoughts will be definitely an obstruction. That is very, very a tamasic guna. Tamasic. It is totally passion. Not passion, ignorance. So what we speak, what we think, we should speak and we should act accordingly. It should never contradict. So these are the 4 basic principles of dharma, and that Brahma has created. These are all there in our Purana. So beautiful guidelines for us. And then he has created knowledge of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Brahma creates this knowledge and he creates dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are called 4 purusharthas. When we are living as a life of householder, we should follow dharma. We should get money, artha. We should have moderate desire also, because without desire, you cannot get money and you cannot follow dharma also. Ultimately, moksha should be kept in mind. So this knowledge he has created. And he creates pranava, grammar for Vedas. He has described, I have not taken all those. Alphabet, saptaswara. You name it and it is there right in the creation. Now we come to the last, this thing. What happens is he starts creating people. But with Rudra, it was over creation. With Kumaras, it was a minimal creation. Nothing happened. So he comes into the creation of Manu. So what he does is he himself divides his body, or kaya gets divided into 2, and that is called as, he creates that way. Through his body, he creates Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa. Sorry for that spelling mistakes. I did it in a hurry today. Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa. Not Starupa, Shatarupa. Both emerged. Like Adam and Eve, we say, no? And how did the creation start? The modern science is Adam and Eve, and that's how, because we need a male and female. So here he creates Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa. Both emerged, and then from his own body, yeah? And then he has created so many Prajapatis before also. With Marichi and all that, he has created some Prajapatis. And with these 2, Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa, are born Priyavrata and Uttamapada, 2 males, and Akuti, Devahuti, Prasuti, 3 females. 2 males, 3 females. Now, these people get married. Now, what happens is, I will just tell you. So, Akuti was married to Prajapati named Ruchi. Prajapati is another creation born out of Brahma. And Devahuti to Kardama Prajapati, Prasuti to Daksha Prajapati. And then these people started producing children. So many, children were produced by this, and that's how the entire creation started. So that finishes our chapter 11 and 12. Whatever I have given in the slides. So that ends here. I will stop sharing. Yeah. So this was some aspects of creation today. Now, so now we understand each and everything that is there in this world, starting from material or people or the words, knowledge, music, emotions, positive thoughts, negative thoughts. Everything has happened in one particular, way. It has happened in one particular way. And we should really feel happy that everything has a source in Brahma's creation. So this was minimal I could do. Now the next chapter is incarnation as Varaha. Varaha. Henge your how Varaha Rupa and why it happened. And so this one shall we take now or so any doubts in this? This was a little bit of abstract without any this one. Maybe we could take this in the next, but I will give you an introduction. So after all this, now what happens is they continue to talk. Yaro, Vidura and Maitreya, they keep discussing again, and Swayambhu Manu, he starts his creation. But so as he does, no, in some one point of time, suddenly the axis of the earth, Prithvi, it starts going down. That is because of one asura called Hiranyaksha. So then all these devatas go and approach Vishnu. So how he is born and all, it's more in detail. So we can take it in the next class, I think. So here I end, but I would like to sing one Rudra song, Shiva song. And after that, we can have some questions and discussion. Sorry, today's class will be very brief because I really had little time.
No, ma'am, it was very interesting.
Interesting. Huh? Okay, good.
Makes us realize how far we have come.
Yeah, isn't it? Very, very far. Any other
But so
inputs?
close. But
Yeah,
so
Kavita?
close to God. I mean, he thought of everything.
Yeah, very much. In one of the YouTube channels, somebody said the consciousness is so close to us, we are not realizing. Actually, if you see, no, all these are in this body only. That Brahma's creation. What do you think of the genes and the stem cells? That is Brahma Shakti. What do you think about, if you see, because most of us are doctors here, every day the cells are being generated, all of life sciences, actually, all of you know that. Biology, everybody knows. Creation is there, sustenance is there, and destruction is there. Muru Shakti no body naditane. That is why it is called microcosm. Whatever is happening in the external Brahmanda is happening in our body also. Every day, and also when the body is started, like from embryo, from just like Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa, a man and woman, there is a sperm and an egg. That is how the embryo starts and how it generates and how it gets created, how the brains come, and little if you go and the consciousness. See, Atma pervades. Krishna says, within every body I am there, because without that consciousness, no, all our mind, buddhi, everything is non-dysfunctional. It will function, it will perform only with the consciousness. It is exactly similar to how the world was created. Try to correlate. There was Parabrahma, Mahatattva, Moor Gunagalu, Tamasika, Satvika, Rajasika. Then came so many things, 5 elements. In our body also, exactly the same creation is there. There is one volume written by Swami Vivekananda. If you can get complete works of Vivekananda, there are, I think, 12 volumes. One of them, he talks about all this. Beautiful it is. Actually, if we had tomorrow satsang by Swamiji, he's too good in explaining this. So in our body itself, it's happening. This Brahma, if you contemplate, that creation is happening in our own body. The alphabets are being generated. The musical tone is being generated. We only need to listen to that. Everything is within the body. This body itself is a complete universe. Vivekananda says, and Bhagavad Gita also says. The same thing is projected externally. So if we try to go within and try to understand, it's a beautiful creation. Good that Kavita brought out that. Anything else? Indira, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಯಾ?
This Shiva's story, how he's born, that is very interesting.
Yeah.
Brahmane
ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
create ಮಾಡಿದಂತ.
ಹೌದು. That's right. In Bhagavad Gita, see, my personal thoughts, who is great anta, there is always a debate alla. Vishnu bhaktru, Shiva bhaktru, Shivane Parabrahma. Krishna Bhagavad Gita ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನೀನ್ ಯಾರನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ತಿಳ್ಕೊ, Parabrahma is only one. Everything comes to me only. And the Krishna ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. It doesn't mean we could think about Rudra, we could think about Brahma, we could think about Vishnu. But Bhagavad says that evolution-wise, Parabrahma, then Vishnu, then Brahma, then Rudra. But all are given their own, equal importance actually. Anybody you contemplate, anybody you meditate, there is no hierarchy that way. Each one has their own. This is ಶಿವನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ತಾಂಡವ ನೃತ್ಯ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಶಿವಂದು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಶಿವರಾತ್ರಿ ದಿವಸ ಇವರು ಸದ್ಗುರು, how he conducts at ಶಿವರಾತ್ರಿ, how powerful it is actually. So even I somehow feel that Shiva Shakti is very, very strong. We must meditate and we must remember. Yeah. So ಶಿವಂದು ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಶಿವ ಪುರಾಣ ಅಂತ ಒಂದದ ರೀ, ಶಿವ ಪುರಾಣ. There is Devi Purana, there is Shiva Purana. But in Bhagavad, this is a context. No conflicting things here. You remember Shiva as a manifestation of Parabrahma, fair enough. But this is how Bhagavad has described as evolution. Anything else? Anybody has anything? Anything to add?
Shiva is the energy, and they say Prakriti, that is the nature.
Correct.
When the energy and nature comes together,
Okay.
the whatever procreation of plants
Procreation happens. Yes, yes.
in humans, animals, and in plants.
Correct. A powerful energy it is. Yes, it's very, very energy. Yes, Shiva Shakti is very, very powerful in initiating the consciousness through Shiva. That's what it is. Shiva Shakti. Correct. Ardhanarishwara. All that describing Brahma told no Manu and these things. In Shiva Purana, they say Shiva has got Shiva and Shakti. So together they bring about the creation. Whatever form we want to accept, most, anything is welcome as long as we understand the concept, principle of creation. Should be good.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
in some stories there, no, Shiva has cut the head of Brahma, Panchamukha Brahma, somewhere. it is.
Panchamukha. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಚತುರ್ಮುಖ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ is what we are referring to.
Yeah, 4. Now it is 4, it seems. Before
Okay.
that, 5 it is. That's the angry one, it seems, ma'am.
Okay. Maybe in other Shiva Purana or so many Puranas are there, no? Actually, so maybe it is there. I am not aware of that. Possible.
No, ma'am, I'm getting doubt. Like Brahma has created, no? So
Yeah.
he'll cut.
How can he cut?
Yeah.
No, sometimes no. Yeah. These Puranas, no, I don't know the evidence we should see. Even here also I'm going as per whatever is given. Puranas, they say some are existing, some are added by middle people, something like that. There is a ifs and buts. So what I personally feel is whatever is we can relate to and which can be used for our development, we shall follow that. Isn't it? Otherwise,
Yeah.
those stories are nice to listen. Actually, you can listen and enjoy them. In fact, Sudhamurti has written one book on Puranas for stories from Purana. Some book is written. In the first page, she writes, "These are interesting stories. If you want to believe, you believe. Otherwise, you enjoy them as stories." That's what she has told. So we can see even Dattatreya, no, Dattatreya avatar. They say Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. They come there, and Anasuya, in front of Anasuya, they come as some naked or something like that is written, it seems. But somebody has written, these are all very silly stories. Don't believe them. And even that dog with Dattatreya also is a very controversial statement. So I really don't know. What I feel is we will take the tattva, principle of all these. And whatever is relatable and which we can use it for our development. Others we take them as stories. So I'm really not, I'm not sure, Suachila. Or even it may be there, but it may be having there may be some interpretation and meaning in that, Suachila. We cannot condemn also. If he has done, there may be something. It may be related to some principles.
Okay.
If you get a reference, you please bring it in the next session.
Yeah, in most of the serials, no, they will give, ma'am.
Serials and all, no? Except for few. See, like Mahabharata also has number of versions. So some of them, it seems somebody has commented, Ande ka beta andha. Draupadi has commented, no, for Duryodhana. how he falls in that Maya Mahal. He will take it as it will be illusory. It will be Maya Mahal. He thinks that there is no water, and he goes slowly. And where there is real water, he thinks it's glass, and he mirror, and then he just gets drowned. And then she starts laughing. And they say the Kurukshetra started with that. But the dialogue, Ande ka putra andha, that is not there in any original Mahabharata. One person has told, very authentic. That's what I said, Ami Ganatra. She has done a lot of research on Mahabharata. So, like that, in serials, no, the versions will change. So, we'll enjoy it as a story, and then authentic sources should be there. Then it can be taken in this one.
Ma'am, in the slide, no,
Yeah.
just you have shown
Yeah.
there 100 for
Year.
lifetime for man is 100 years is equal to 100 days for devatas. You told,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah. Correct.
Devatas have more lifetime,
No,
no, ma'am?
correct. See, ma, yeah, they will have, it seems, 200 years, their years, like, something like that. They live for a very long time. So, man's, I don't know, equivalent of man, they have not mentioned. 100 days, you make that, convert that now. 100 days, maybe 6 times is 2 years for them. 6 times means equivalent to 600 years, maybe human. 600 to 700 years of human is equivalent to lifespan of devatas, maybe. Let me check. Equivalent years I did not get in this session, so we'll have to check. But definitely they also I mean, perish. I don't know, they die or what happens, but they perish. It is limited life. They are not going to stay permanently. It is many times a human life, but they are not going to be there permanently. They will also go. I mean, somebody else will come. But how long is authentic source? I will let you know. I will check and come back to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Yeah.
Ma'am,
Anything else?
one
Tell.
more thing. In Avidya, you have mentioned Moha, Mahamoha, this all. I mean, Moha and Mahamoha are almost similar only. No?
Moha is delusion. This is greater, deepest delusion. They say, I mentioned, no?
Yeah.
Lust, body, kama, the bodily infatuation, that they have called as Mahamoha. This is in Sankhya also, it comes, it seems. Yeah.
Yeah. In Gita, Mahamoha, this all is not
They
there.
have not mentioned, yeah. We have not come across these terminologies in Bhagavad Gita. We have not, yeah. So, no, anywhere else also. Actually, I cross-checked. In Sankhya philosophy, this avidya comes.
Okay.
Sankhya is mentioned. They have mentioned these terminologies only. Actually, the definition given by Swami Tapasyananda was not very clear, and it was not there in the shlokas. I got this from the Sankhya, proper Sankhya philosophy. In one nice blog, I took it. So, Moha, Mahamoha, there are grades of ignorance. Overall, no, we need not go through word by word and split and say. Overall, it is ignorance. He creates an ignorance so that he also creates the Vidya, Vedas, Omkara, everything, so that we use that and get over the ignorance, which comes again now, how to evolve. And we know, no, Bhagavad Gita, how to evolve ourselves. So, but one thing we must understand, we get to know is the negativity is also Brahma's creation. Negativity is also Brahma's creation. People with negative thoughts also are Brahma's. Only we should keep praying and get out of. We also, when we become negative, many times we also get negative thoughts. All this moha, kama. We are all in moha only. We are all thinking we are the body. Still, where have we realized? Isn't it? Until we have this me, mine, my family, my friends, everything, including Bhagavad Gita, I am telling you are listening. All this is moha only. It is because we are aware of the body, ignorance. It's in Maya only. Once we get over this, only then comes the real true knowledge. So until then, it goes on like this only. It's a struggle. As we evolve, one day we will reach there. Krishna says, no, after so many births, we become jnani. Until then, we are in this moha. Percentage of moha may vary. Or at least awareness is there. Some awareness. We should get out of this moha. That much of knowledge we have. But we are yet to cross that, avidya, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this Maya in Kali Yuga only it is more, or it will be same, but I mean
Throughout it is there. No, no. Maya is
in
there.
all Yuga.
Yeah, yeah. Kali Yuga it is more, but Maya is any human being Maya, including Krishna. Krishna himself was in the Maya also. The minute you take the human body, he has cried, he has showed anger, he has showed all that. Avatara Purushas also exhibit Maya. He himself has told, no? But only thing he is aware. He manifests that also, but he is aware also. Whereas we human beings. So Arjuna was in Maya, Rama, Sita, all those people, Sugriva, all yugas, Maya will be there. Eternal it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with this song, we will wind up for today. भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो 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 गंगाधर शंकरा करुणाकरा मामव भवसागर तारका गंगाधर शंकरा करुणाकरा मामव भवसागर तारका भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो निर्गुण परब्रह्म स्वरूपा गम गम भूता प्रपंच रहिता निर्गुण परब्रह्म स्वरूपा गम गम भूता प्रपंच रहिता निज गुण निहित नितांत अनंता निज गुण निहित नितांत अनंता आनंद अतिशय अक्षय लिंगा आनंद अतिशय अक्षय लिंगा भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो धिमित धिमित धिमि धिमि किट किटतो तोम तोम धिमि किट तरि किट किटतो धिमित धिमित धिमि धिमि किट किटतो तोम तोम तरि किट किटतो मतंग मुनिवर वंदित ईशा सर्वदिगंबर वेष्टित वेशा मतंग मुनिवर वंदित ईशा सर्वदिगंबर वेष्टित वेशा नित्य निरंजन नित्य नटेश ईशा सर्वेशा ईशा सभेशा सर्वेशा भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो गंगाधर शंकरा करुणाकरा मामव भवसागर तारका गंगाधर शंकरा करुणाकरा मामव भवसागर तारका भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो Shiva Shambho Swayambho, Shiva Shambho Swayambho, Shiva Shambho Swayambho, Shiva Shambho Swayambho. Thank you.
A very energetic song.
Yes, it is. Original ಅಂತೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ಅದರಿ ಅದು. Original, I think, what's her name? ಅವಳು ಇದನ್ನ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಸಿಂಗರ್.
Shreya.
ಇಲ್ಲ,
Shreya Ghoshal.
ನಾಟ್ ಶ್ರೇಯಾ ಘೋಷಾಲ್.